Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. Jobs, the economy, education, always main issues in Sacramento and always issues to discuss with our next guest, Assemblywoman Cheryl Brown. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Leslie, for having me.
You know, how do you create jobs? How do you attract, keep, and grow businesses? What can you do to help?
Okay, first of all, government doesn't do anything to create jobs. But what they do is they set the platform to make it easier for businesses to come in and provide those jobs. First of all, most people think that businesses go into business to make jobs. No, they go into business to fulfill some desire that they have, and they need to have help, so they create jobs as a result of their desire to create a way of life or create something for themselves.
Some people would say that they not only maybe need help, but they need legislature to stay out of the way on the other side of the argument.
You know, that's true. There are many times that the legislature and bills are passed, and it's not so much that the bill is a bad bill, but when it goes to the agency that has to fulfill that bill to write the regulations, that those regulations sometimes don't match that legislation that was passed.
Along those lines, right now, what do you think needs to be addressed?
Right now, there are several things that need to be addressed. One, in our economy and in our community and in the 47th Assembly District, we really need to work on educating our youth. Not only our youth, but adults as well. Because businesses that come in need to have a workforce that's educated.
What do you think the problem is? We have not only high unemployment rates, but high rates of kids not graduating from high school.
And that's a big problem.
Why is that? And is that a social issue or is that a legislative issue?
You know, I think it may be a little bit of both, because sometimes we pushed kids out of school. I can think about the kids who say, well, I'm not going to go to school today, I'm going to ditch. So that child will then get kicked out of school because they ditched. So that's an unintended consequence. And then the child doesn't finish high school. If you don't finish high school, you will not be able to get the kind of jobs that in this time in our society, you won't be able to get those jobs because you won't be prepared. And you don't have to go to college for a lot of jobs, but you do need to finish high school.
So the solution, what's the solution?
The solution is for us to work very, very hard to engage young people when they're young, to let them know that their option is where they're going to go to school, not that they're going to go to school. Their option is where and what kind of, where do they want to be in life? What do they want to do with their lives? Not that they don't have a life or that they don't do something. So I think that we need to encourage our youth. They need to know that they are the future. And if in fact they don't get educated, then there's not going to be a job, because those businesses, those jobs will go overseas or go to places where they are preparing the workforce.
Switching gears quickly, in the realm of public safety, a lot of inmates are being released early because of overcrowding. What do you see as the solution? More jails, more rehabilitation, or other sorts of enforcement?
You know, I think that it's going to be more than just one thing or two things. Number one, it's going to take the entire community being a part of what we do. Know that people are not going to stay in jail forever and ever. You need rehabilitation. You need programs that are going to help them to come back to the community and be taxpayers and be good citizens.
Okay, Cheryl Brown, thank you so much for being here. Glad you could join us too.